everybody. Welcome in the sewing room. So glad y'all are here. If you're new, my name is Lynn. If you've been here before, welcome back. We are going to do part 2 of our fall sweatshirt. And I say fall because you could do September or something, and then you get into October and you could still wear it. But if you do Halloween, you've got a couple of weeks and it's a Halloween sweatshirt. Or you could do a turkey and it could be Thanksgiving. And then you've got a week, maybe 2, to wear it for Thanksgiving before you're flipping over to Christmas. And I want something I can wear more. And I racked my brain. I first thought a pumpkin, just a pumpkin, just a pretty pumpkin. You know, it can go from now till through Thanksgiving. It can. But I'm not a huge fan of just a big pumpkin on my chest. And then I thought, a turkey. We'll do a turkey. It'll be so cute for Thanksgiving. We'll do a turkey. And then I thought, I can't wear a turkey right now. I'd look stupid. And I thought, I want to do a turkey. And then I thought of sunflower. And I really, really, really thought I'm going to do a big sunflower with a stem and a leaf, and it will be so cute. And then I got to thinking, fall. What is fall? Fall is a tree with bright colored leaves that are pretty, and they fall to the ground. And they do that from late September all the way through November. Depending on where you live, you've got fall. And I'm telling you all right here, East Tennessee, it has been cool for a few days, not out of the 70s, which is very unusual for this time of the year. We're usually still in the 80s and 90s. We're usually still swimming and doing all that. But right now, I don't think I would want to swim because it is kind of cool out there and the air is cooled off quite a bit. But with all that being said, I've just got this pinned on like this today onto my thing here, and it's wanting to flop around. I decided to go with a tree, a fall tree. So I got out me a piece of paper, and I started drawing me just a bare tree. And I drew out this little tree here and enlarged it to make it about the size we want it for our shirt. And then I got to thinking, I want to do a collage quilt. That's what I'm wanting to do. And I've got all these pieces cut out right here. All kinds of pumpkins, leaves, flowers, cherries, all kinds of things. Squash. I love this little squash right here. He's so cute. Here's some cherries. There's a leaf and part of a pansy and a pumpkin and another squash and a feather, like a turkey feather. So I've got all kinds of little fall things. I've got some corn, some Indian corn, I think. I've got a little bit of that down in here. I got all kinds of stuff. There's an avocado. There's all kinds of stuff. We're going to dump them all out here in a minute. So I got to thinking about that, and I thought, I do not want to have to quilt this actual shirt because that's going to be hard unless I take the side seams out of it, and I don't want to do that. That's too much trouble because this bottom's only got one side seam right here. I have to take this out all the way up and all the way out, and then it's still together at the neck, and mercy, I don't want to have to do that. So we'll lay our shirt over here to the side for right now. So I decided to get me out a piece of fabric here and draw my tree on it. I tried to put me some roots down here. I wasn't crazy about the way they come out. But all in all, here's my tree. And this is just a piece of a very, very pale, it's like an off-white beige cream color with a little tiny light yellow. It's a batik fabric, okay? But I don't know if you can even see. And if I do it this way, you all can see the little tiny yellow in it, just little bits. Which I didn't want a lot because I want my things to show up. So now we're just going to start building our tree, and we're going to have some things falling, and we're going to have some pumpkins and things down here, and we're going to stick it all down to this. And then we're going to take this and put it onto our shirt and applique this quilted piece, because we're going to quilt this quilty piece onto our shirt. Okay? Y'all following me? And I have made a new discovery. Y'all know I love my heat erasable pens. Well, I read somewhere, and I don't know where it was, things like that come and go in my brain, and some things stick and some things go right back out the other side. But it said just an erasable pen. Just you pick up at Wally World or the grocery store, anywhere that you can buy an erasable ink pen. Erasable ink pen was the same as your heat erasable pens that you buy from Amazon that say they're heat erasable pens. I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. And you know it works. It absolutely does. So, a good source for heat erasable pens for your sewing is just your school supply, office supply aisle at Wally World or Target or the grocery store or wherever you buy your things like that that have erasable ink pens. I remember when they came out with these years and years ago. I thought that was the neatest thing ever. So let's get started. And we're just going to take, and this is why I do it. I've got my Steam Machine 2. This is what I use right here. Right here. Steam Machine 2 by the Warm Company. That's the name of it. This is what you want to do if you're making a collage quilt. And I'll tell you why you want this as opposed to your glue stick or opposed to your heat and bond. Okay? Your heat and bond will work fine for this. No worries. It's going to bond. It's going to stick. But as you're laying your pieces out, this has a sticky side. It's kind of sticky. Okay? So when you do that, see, it's sticky. It won't fall off my thumb. The heat and bond does not have this layer of stickiness. Okay? And I suppose you could use some glue or a glue stick or something like that. I suppose you could without any trouble. But it just makes it one less mess, one less thing to do when you're sitting here designing and you just want to sit here and play with things. There's an avocado. And you just want to play with things. This makes it a little easier. Okay? So I'm going to turn you all down, turn you all on a time lapse here so I can speed you up and let you watch how this all comes together. Okay, here is our tree. Look here. Isn't it cute? Oh my goodness, isn't it cute? Maybe too big for my shirt. I hope it's not. I don't think it will be, but it'll completely cover the front of my shirt. Let's just put it that way. It will not be a small design on that sweatshirt. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Now we need to press. We don't iron, we press. Okay. So let me bring y'all over here to the ironing board and clean off a little bit of stuff. Because, yes, I have been doing all kinds of things over here. It's got some steam on it. If you let it get cold, it just wipes right off of this Teflon sheet. Yep, sure does. Now then, we are going to press this. Because if you iron, some of your little things may shift, and we do not want that, okay? So we want to press up and down. Up and down. Just go straight up and down. And you want to use some steam. You want to make sure you get it all pressed. Now then I'm going to flip it over and do this back side. This one you can kind of iron a little bit more. Because your stuff's should already be stuck down good. This is getting real good in for some of those that had multiple layers. This is really getting it all stuck down real well, because you need that to be all stuck real well. Y'all know if this is too big for my shirt, I'll make it into a pillow and we'll do something else with the shirt. Because I love the way it turned out. All of its fall pumpkins and leaves and flowers and just turkeys and chickens and all kinds of things. I love the way that it turned out. Okay, let's go back over here. Now then, we need a piece of batting, and we need a piece for, do we need a piece for the back? I think we're going to use flannel though. So let me get out some flannel and get it cut, and I'll use 2 or 3 thicknesses of flannel to back this, okay? I'll be right back when I get that flannel. Alrighty, now then we need to quilt it. And you can do that different ways. You can doodle quilt it. You can straight up and down micro check quilt it every 1/4 inch. You can do diagonals. You can do whatever your little heart desires, but you have to quilt it, and you have to quilt it very close, and you have to go around kind of the edge of each little piece that's showing, so that you make sure that you get it all stitched down all the way around. So I'm probably going to just kind of doodle quilt this, and I will do it with a Well, I lost my train of thought, y'all. I'm just going to doodle quilt it so I can go around all this. And I'm going to do it with a short, very short stitch. That's what I was saying. I mean, you want to use short stitches so you can really get in there. So I'll meet y'all over here at the... Okay, I got to thinking about it and I thought, I believe I'm just going to do straight rows. And I'm going to use a 1.6 length stitch. My needle is in the center and I'm going to quilt about every 1/8 of an inch. One direction and I'll turn it and I'll come back the other direction. And that should quilt it and hold everything in place forever and ever till death do they part. It'll marry them up and they'll be all married. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm using a size 14 needle and I'm just going to start right here. Matter of fact, I think I'll make me a good straight line so that I know I've got it straight. Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? So I know I'm starting out with it straight. Let me grab a ruler. All right, turn y'all around here. So I'm just going to lay this down here. And I put this onto a fat quarter. And I had squared it up beforehand. So I'm going to come out here and I'm going to start right there on that furthest edge. And I'm going to draw me a line right there. All right, now then I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to come right up here. I'm going to draw me another line. So that's going to be the place I start. I'm going to do all these across this way and then I'll turn it and I'll come back this direction, okay? And I'll have them all straight. Just like so. Oh, I lowered my feed dogs and then I decided to do it this way. Works better if the thread is through the needle and you have a bobbin, and I do have bobbin, at least for right now. All right, now let me raise up these little feed dogs here. There we go. Now let's see if we can take off. on. But these are Guggenheim scissors. They just came up on my Facebook feed. Somebody was talking about them, and I went, okay, I'll order some. These are absolutely the best scissors I have ever owned. They were not that expensive because they were on sale. And ever so often they'll run a certain pair, a certain size or whatever on sale. So I bought one pair, and then when I saw another size, I bought that pair on sale. So that's the way I got mine. All right, and I'm just going to cut around this really close, just like this. Trying not to make a lot of sharp angles, more just curved areas instead of points. These are the best scissors because they cut so well. And then we're going to make sure that it's not too big for our shirt. And we're going to hope that it's not. Because I just love the way it came out. Love, love, love the way it came out. So we've got some leaves that are falling. And some that have already fell or have fallen. Some that fell. And our pumpkin's down here under the tree. Okie doke. Now then, how's that look? Doesn't it look fun? Fun, 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 fun. Let's get our shirt over here. Okie doke. We're almost finished with this, you all. It's taken a while, but I do like it. Oh no, it's not too big. It's not too big at all. Look at that. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. All right, let me grab my shirt, shirt collar, shirt design ruler. I guess is what you call it. I don't need that one. There we go. Now then, for this, you just want to find the center, and you do that just by adjusting this ruler, not like this. See this? Now here's our center point. And I'm going to fold this in two, right like this, and just finger press it to find that center point. And I'm going to put it about right there. Maybe I'll bring it up just a little bit more, just like that. Now it's all nice and centered. Love it. Love, love, love it. All right, now for this, I'm not going to use the steamer seam. I'm just going to use a glue stick. A handy dandy Elmer's glue stick. Right here. See that? That's what I'm using. It's purple, but it will dry clear, and I'm going to come in here and raise this up and put me lots of glue around here. Okay, lots of glue. All right, now then, I'll fold it back up And it'll go right back where it's supposed to be. And then I'm going to come right here and pull it up this way, and I'm going to do the bottom. Now this washes out. It's perfectly fine. It will not stay. It just holds it temporarily while we get it stitched on. Oh, I'm probably using too much, but that's okay. Kind of overkilling things today. All that'll dry clear. If it doesn't, it'll wash out. There we go. Now then, we're going to take it back to the machine. We are going to blanket stitch all the way around this. And then it's done. Okay? So let's go over here and do that. All right. I'm going to set my machine. First, I'm going to change my foot because I can't blanket stitch with this foot. I need an open toe foot. Which is right here. And I like the open toe because I can see where I'm going. Okay? Okay, now then, you need to make sure that you do not catch both pieces of your shirt. So I'm going to take my tray table off. Clean out from underneath it. Gives you more room to maneuver and work. And I'm going to start right here on the bottom. I'm going to set this to a blanket stitch. You can do a straight stitch. You can do a zigzag stitch. You can do one of your pretty stitches on your machine. Whatever your little heart desires to do is what you can do. But I'm going to do just a plain blanket stitch. And I'm going to set it to a 3-4 width and a 3-4 length. Okay? And you want to just start, and it will just stitch this on here. You just want to go all the way around. And when you need to turn a little bit, stop with your needle on the outside or the left-hand side. The side that is closest to the throat of your machine is where you want your needle to be down. So you can turn it, and it stitches right back into that. And I try to keep my stitches right along the edge of where my applique, my piece here. My stitches go right along this edge right here. This way and in, and this way and in, and out, and stitch in, out, stitch in, out. That's the way I like to do mine. That's the reason I said I like to use an open-toed foot so I can see where it's going. Okie doke, we got our shirt finished. Yay! Oh, and I love it. It is so bright and so cheery, but so fallish. Look at that. Just look at that. Isn't that adorable? Absolutely adorable. And this will be a true test for how this collage quilting, like I did it here, will hold up after multiple washings. By putting it on a shirt that will be washed quite a bit, this will let us know how well it will hold up for multiple washings. And I can let y'all know that. But look at our sleeves. I know, didn't it turn out adorable? Oh my, oh my. I'm in love with this shirt. And it's cooling off, so I'll get to wear it real soon. Real soon. I just love it. I love it. Of course, I had to add some cherries because you know I just love my cherries. It doesn't look like Halloween. It doesn't look like Thanksgiving. It looks like fall, which is what I like. It looks like a bright fall too. There's a football because football season's coming. Yay! My boys are all excited for that. There's a chicken. I've got some turkeys in here. I've got a bird, part of a head of a raven right down in here. There's an avocado, some squash, some corn, some apples, some sunflowers, which to me are the flower of fall. Just love sunflowers this time of the year. Pansies. Pansies are also a fall. Matter of fact, they'll live all winter here where we are. A lot of times I put them out in the fall and they last all winter and into the spring until it starts getting really hot, and then I have to change them out. I've done that several times throughout the years, and this year I don't know if I'll do it or not. It just depends on how things hit me from year to year, whether I plant fall flowers or not. But I love the way this turned out. Absolutely love the way our fall tree turned out. Love. All right, if you all have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. And if you have, thank you from the very bottom of my heart for doing that. Leave me some comments, send me some pictures of what you're making to my email. It's in the description box below, as well as if you want to order merchandise or other sewing related shirts, not just making a seam shirts. I've got other sewing shirts that I have designed in that link below for the t-shirts. And don't forget to shop on Amazon. If you're shopping on Amazon, go through my links. It helps me just a little bit, not a lot, but every little bit helps, especially trying to raise Mr. Andy with a very limited income for us at this point. So every little bit helps to be able to buy more fabric and buy more things so I can keep creating and doing this for you all. Have I hit everything? If you like this type of content, hit the thumbs up button. That just lets YouTube know that you like my videos and the type of videos that you want to see recommended for your channel, for your viewing pleasure. So if you like this kind of content, hit that thumbs up. It also lets YouTube know that, hey, this is a good video. You need to show it to more people. And helps both of us. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.